Hey there guys, it's JosephEvans1011 here. So last weekend I went into London for summer in the city with all my YouTube friends. I did vlog the whole thing, but I wasn't too happy with the entire footage, so I thought I would much rather get a camera, set it up and just talk about it and show some little clips from what happened. Okay, so it all started on Thursday the 3rd of August. I woke up at 5 AM. I woke up 1 hour before my alarm was meant to go off, so that sucked, but I just stayed in bed for an hour, had a little lie-in, because that's all I could have. I got up and I left my house at 7:30 and I went straight down to the bus station and I left for Manchester at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yay. I got into Manchester just before 10 AM and I met Sammy there straight away and we went to Subway to just get breakfast because I hadn't really eaten anything. Lydia then met us about half an hour later, about 20 minutes before our train was meant to depart, and we then went and got on the train and went down into London.
Hello Lydia's life. What did you just break? We still haven't been able to post anything on social media related to Sammy being on a train with us.
No, I'm here, I exist, okay? Hi YouTube, I hope you're all having a great day. Subscribe to Lydia's Life, thanks, bye.
The train journey went really fast than usual. It was still 2 hours long, but we just had more company because usually when I go down to London I'm on my own. So just having someone to talk to made the journey go so much more quicker. It was quite good and I enjoyed that trip.
London.
So when we got into London, me, Lydia and Sammy met Tommy Boy, Sam Carr, Dan Finch, and I think that was everyone. They could, something's telling me that there was another person there, but I'm not too sure if there was another person there. That person, I'm so sorry, but I can't remember.
Hello. I wish these have brakes.
There's so much there.
We then went to King's Cross Station where we met Chat with Lids, and we also said goodbye to Sammy because she was going to Kent to surprise her boyfriend Ryan. And then from then on, me, Lydia, Lids, Tommy and Dan made our way towards the warehouse that we were staying in right outside the XL Centre. We got to the apartment and the apartment was amazing. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Like, there was a huge kitchen, there was a huge living room, there was 2 huge bedrooms, it was massive. It was incredible. Oh, we got the best place really. So when we got there I was literally exhausted. I unpacked all my stuff and put it into the drawers there and I took a little nap for like half an hour or so. And then everyone else started to arrive. We had Kirsty arrive, Emma arrived later on in the evening, Finn had arrived, basically everyone who was staying at our apartment had arrived at this point. Hello. And later on in the evening we decided to have a few people around, you know, just like, woohoo, Sitsy's begun, we're here, let's have a little drink and a little gather, a little party kind of thing. Alex, Becky, Joanna and Billy had already arrived prior to us because they were getting ready to organise their merch stand and they were in the XL Centre for a bit, organising all their stuff. And later on into the evening when we had a little get together, they came round and this is when I saw them for the first time.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you? Hello.
I hadn't seen Alex since January at the Bristol meetup, and I hadn't seen Becky, Joanna or Billy since Rowan's birthday in May. So it'd been a bit of time, so everyone was a bit like, woohoo, we're back, let's smile and hugs and all the hugs and how are you and stuff. This was when we had our first problem. Little did we know that 3 other people who were also staying at our warehouse in different rooms had reported us to the council for noise. So at about 2 AM, a police warden came round to our apartment and told us basically to shut up, otherwise we could face a £5,000 fine. 5Gs, who's got 5Gs? None of us have 5Gs. There was 12 of us staying in that apartment. It was nearly £400 each if we had to pay that amount, and that was ridiculous. So basically at that point, everyone left and we all shut up and went to sleep. So the next day was Creator Day and I woke up at 6 AM, but I only woke up at 6 AM because I was travelling to Marylebone at the other side of London to meet Rowan and Toby who were going to be arriving. I got there about 8:30 and they got there about 9 o'clock and I was very happy. I don't know how Rowan somehow managed to get through the ticket gate without me even seeing him, so he kind of just appeared in front of me, which was very random. Toby got here, all hugs and stuff, and woohoo! We then got a little meal deal and then we made our way back to the XL Centre.
Hi folks, it's me, Toby TV Live, and if you haven't seen already, there's Rowan.
I brought brought Ron and Toby to our apartment. They said hello to everyone. They dropped off their stuff because they couldn't check into the hotel for a few more hours, and also Jack Biggs and Ashley Sturgeon still hadn't arrived yet, who they were staying with at their travel lodge near the city airport. Yeah. So yeah, it was great today, and we eventually all made our way into the Excel Centre, and we all got to see Becky's stall for the first time. It was incredible. Becky did so bloody well the whole weekend. They sold out on shirts, wristbands, and oh my gosh, just literally that was so good. Like, oh, wait a second, hey, and wait a second. Hey. Can we just appreciate though how professional Becky's business card looks on the front, and then you turn it over and it's just the complete opposite. So on Creator Day, I just basically potted around everyone. I met some of you guys there, which was very, very fun. Played some of the games there, did basically everything we could before Saturday came round. So on Friday night, I basically wanted to eat out. Everyone else wanted to stay in, but I wanted to eat out, so I was like, okay, let me find some people who actually want to go and eat out. So I went out for a meal with Ashley, Jack, Chat with Lids, Toby and Dan Finch, and we went off to the O2 Arena, and we went to, where did we go? We went to Ask Italian. There we tried this cocktail. It was called, what was it called? Hard lemonade. It was called hard lemonade, and I can't remember what was in it. I think it was just basically vodka and lemonade, but it was really strong. So later on that evening, basically we had our meal. I had a pizza with chicken and pepperoni on it, and it was so good. Oh my god, delicious meal. And then we went back over. We went on the Emirates skyline, and it was so good up there. It's so pretty. I remember it from last year, and it was just the best experience ever. We then went back over to the Excel Centre, and that's when everyone went up to the bridge. If you don't know what the bridge is, right next to the Excel Centre there is a bridge that goes over the dock. Now last year we always went to that bridge to hang out, and since we nearly got fined £5 for being too noisy in our apartment the night before, we decided to take the party out of the apartment and put it towards the bridge where we wouldn't get in trouble. At this point I already had a very, very strong vodka and lemonade, so I was a little bit tipsy, a little bit. I got a little bit drunk. We had a fun time though up on the bridge that night, and then went back to the apartment. My head was spinning and I eventually fell asleep. Now we're on to Saturday. Oh, you're gonna love this part. So on Saturday it was the first day of summer in the city. This was when the Excel Centre was crowded to heck. There was so many people in there. I have never seen it so busy before. That was literally chaos all around. But a lot more people, you were there this time, and I got to see all of you. It came to later on that day when we went to the Kilimanjaro and Studio 71 party. Here's the wristband for it and stuff. That was... That was a night. Here comes the story of the Studio 71 party. When we got over to the O2 and we got into the venue, that's when I learnt that every single drink was free. Every single drink was free. It was about 1 AM and I thought, you know what? I'm tired. I'm gonna take a nap right here. I fell asleep, still conscious. I could hear everything, but I was just knackered and shattered. I just wanted to like nod off for a bit. So I just went to this settee, I just went to this chair and I just sat down and I just flopped. This was when everyone thought I passed out, and I was literally so tired. I could hear everything and I could have easily responded, but I just thought, no, I want to nap. Rowan thought I died. Lids thought I'd literally fainted in my seat, and oh my gosh, I caused so many problems. There were a lot of tears that night because everyone thought I'd died, so thank you people for appreciating me. Surprisingly, the next day I wasn't hungover. I didn't throw up. I had a smacking bad headache, but I drank loads of water, I took some paracetamol, and I was fine, which is so bloody weird for the amount of alcohol I drank that night. It came to later on that day and it was time for the small YouTubers panel. I was still like, ooh, because I had literally had just collapsed. We queued up for an hour, and somehow, even though I was at the front of the queue, I didn't end up on the first row. Don't know how that works. Becky did so incredibly well on that stage. Everyone cheered for her and everything, and it was so good. So it came to Monday. I woke up at 8 AM, started packing and tidying up straight away, and we left our apartment at about 11:20, and we made our way to Starbucks, which is where we met everyone else, and then from then on we made our way to Paddington, and we said goodbye to some people on the way. We dropped off our luggage, and we then went to Hyde Park, and we had a little meal deal picnic. Played a few games, played some music, had a bit of fun times, and then it was the point where everyone had to start saying goodbye to each other, and let's just say I didn't do very well in those parts. Said my final goodbyes, got on the train, cried the whole way home, had 10 minutes to get to my bus, and I made it by 20 seconds, but I thought I'll have a little bit of fun, and I tweeted out that I didn't make it, and I was stranded in Manchester, and I told it to Rode as well, and oh my god, I love playing jokes. That was my SITC adventure. It was the most craziest event this year ever, and I loved every second of it. Let's just hope that next year I don't die. So, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Sorry I didn't really upload the whole vlog thing. I just wasn't really happy with the footage, so I thought doing this would be a lot better. And anyway, I will see you guys next week with a new video. Goodbye!